What's up, guys? What's up, investors? How's everyone doing? Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we're going to be looking at PTON, or also known as Peloton Interactive. They do the really intense workout stuff you see. They have the treadmill. They started off with the bike. It's like a subscription. Here, I'll just pull up the site for you guys to take a quick look at to kind of get your memory refreshed here. So basically, they have like the bike system where they have the huge HD screen on there. You can do all crazy interactive classes. They run daily. It tracks your heart rate. They have other various, it looks like, upgrades on accessories and apparel. A lot of great reviews on their products. Again, gonna be a little bit pricey. I think the bike's like 2K or 3K. Or 2,200. The treadmill is like double that, I believe. Yeah, so just right under $5,000. Kind of expensive in my opinion. By kind of expensive, I mean really expensive. And then the membership is sold separately, which is kind of really. Anyways, so the class, you have to subscribe to the classes, and there's a crazy interactive workout, as you can see here currently on the screen. That being said, we're going to be looking at a wonderful post, of course, on my favorite subreddit, Wallstreetbets, from Mike the Puts. Fidelity has 0 shares, so he's talking about trying to borrow shares. He wants to short this stock. He has interactive brokers, which is IB, learned that. Had about 150K to lend, but at 22%. So that's a fairly high rate to borrow. Usually on average, it's like 6, 7, 8. But being in the triple digits in the 20s is very high. And for those who are following my position, hey grandma, my calls are probably worth more than as toilet paper. I'm not going to sell down here because they're either some amazing news happening or they're going to be up, or I'll get a full benefit of a tax write-off from expiring worthless. Such takes the list. I have bought some February 21 35 calls, some March 50 calls, because I still think the subs are going to kill it. See my prior post and so he's saying that he's actually long this because he thinks something's going to blow something out. And then you have this guy at the very top saying, or maybe 73% of the people who are shorting this stock are onto something. But it's not 73 people or percenters are shorting it. We can go to and figure out the exact numbers here in a second. I want to pull those up as well for everyone. I'll move that to the side. We're going to look at, this is the what is it called? This is not going to be always the most accurate to data, because I believe he talks about S3 data showing a very low probability of this happening, of having a full position short. Earnings is supposed to be February 4th, so he's playing further out. And we're looking at the short float, which is about 62.94%. So there is somewhat right. So the whole float that's out there is short. So we're going to look at the technicals here in a second. But this is, again, I love how Wallstreetbets people think. They're saying there's no way that this can go higher. There's no one wants to buy this. The fundamentals, it doesn't matter if the subs kill or not. He said there's no buyer with power to squeeze us buying Peloton higher. So this individual is saying is there's no way that I am getting out of this position and going long, because there's no one in the world that's going to be able to get in this. And this guy, Aussie T baby, says Carl Icahn entered the channel. I thought that was hilarious. Someone tweeted Ackman has a big short position in PT, fastest way to burn the shorts. He called Peloton a rat wheel for humans. Is it? I wonder who said that. He called. Let's see what this comes up with. This Raphael for humans. Let's do. Peloton. Anyone? All right, I'm not seeing it. There's no DD there. Probably need to reword it. So long story short, this individual thinks there's going to be some kind of potential upside coming in the earnings, even though all these shorts are going to be squeezed out and having to buy back their stock, and this is going to propel the stock substantially higher. And yeah, so we're going to look at the chart and we're just going to take a look at it. All right, so Peloton actually is a newer IPO here as well. It came out as well in, I believe, end of September. Yeah, so end of September, like the 26th, looks like. And it kind of immediately traded down. You can see here, never a good sign. Bounced around a little bit of a downtrend. Couldn't break through. This is the daily on the 55, 34. Then it kind of broke through slightly through the 200. But this is not the exact 200. This is the exponential 200. Again, it hasn't been trading for 200 days, so it's that teal line really doesn't have anything to justify that. But then after a not so great quarter, it rose up, getting some steam, and then now kind of breaking down into December when a lot of things were rallying, kind of bounced off the exponential 200, bounced back, potentially could jump higher from here. That being said, I like this actually to the long side. But that being said, you're going to be fighting the trend a little bit. This is going to be difficult. The 8 crossed below the 21, and it's still heading down. Let's go ahead and look at some more interactive data here. We have the Check and Money Flow. Again, it's a newer stock, so this is not going to be the most accurate. You can kind of see here the RSI was somewhat accurate here at the top of trying to unloading the position here. Now I think it's showing kind of somewhat a fair market price. It's at near its low where last time it kind of took off, which is right about here. In and around. I kind of want to see this kind of break above the 21 and potentially go higher. I like the momentum up here is also switching. So let's go at weekly. Is not going to do too much of an information for us because it's somewhat it's again a newer stock that came out last year. This is the stock that I want to show you the most. So you can kind of see here I have a price. If it breaks below the 25, which is the low of the 27th of December, I want to buy in, honestly. This trend is potentially going lower with the trend lines here, but that's what I usually like to see. There is some volume coming in buying, so this is above average, which kind of propped this up higher. This over here was kind of also a almost exact amount of volume that day in comparison for a new lower high or a higher low, in the sense of it's a higher low than this low, if that makes sense. I never understood that. And the momentum is switching, which I like. This is the yellow. It's turned from red and now it's turning to yellow, potentially ready to go to higher levels. Want to show you more on this here. Standard deviations. Of course, the green is 1 standard deviation. The purple or pinkish line is 2, and then the reddish is 3. And you kind of see here we've been bouncing in below this line here. This is kind of where I want us to break out. Potentially, I will be honestly taking a small position on this tomorrow, so seeing how it opens up. And let me know down in the comments down below if you want me to create like a Slack or like a Discord channel to kind of give you position updates and so forth like that. And I have no problem sharing. Again, these are just my opinions and my ideas, and you can do whatever the hell you want. It's your money. This is just, remember, you can lose money as well and make money. That being said, I like that this is, in the short term, it's kind of changing. Volume is kicking in. I like that. This could be a potential nice move here. Risk to reward is, again, on the higher side. I like that there is such a huge short float. That doesn't mean they're always right. I'm going to be looking at more at its fundamental as well to kind of understand basically, I'm pretty sure that it's going to be pretty much tied to its guidance and how many subscribers they added from the last quarter, and that's usually what happens. And it looks like they didn't make money last quarter, which is probably common because they're going to be happening over the holiday season. So I wonder, need to look into if the holiday season wasn't that great for them, like it's something they posted that it didn't go too hot, and this is why it came down from here. A little strange. You can see here once it kind of bounced off the second deviation line, came back up, and then tested. This is like the 21. This is the middle of this. This is the standard deviation from 1, 2, and 3. So this is like the middle line. I like to look at this. I like to see if the yellow line crosses above the white line. It usually means in a bullish trend. So you can kind of see when the yellow crossed below it, it kind of traded sideways and then kind of tanked a little bit. I like this, that the yellow line's coming down, the yellow or white line's coming down, and the yellow line is kind of near its crossing point. So again, not buying everything in my account towards this, but a nice little small position at 25% of what I normally put in, which is a couple $100. Could see a nice potential upside for a nice little trade. That being said, like this is going to be an interesting thing. Let's go back to the so what I looked at. So I don't know if you guys ever use this site too. This is a great little website to get some quick information. So this is Finviz. It's a free service. You can pay for other like elite charts and stuff like that. And it kind of has this really cool little chart thing. It kind of shows you on what is somewhat relative to within the market. So it kind of talks about this the hydro, which is like kind of a Peloton for rowing. Yeah, I've seen that everywhere as well. Looks like SoulCycle rowing talks for investment to boost competitive against. So SoulCycle is basically the physical location where people go to do that, which is blows my mind. Casper warns of a unusual risk, blah, 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 Planet Fitness. This is like basically stuff, and then you kind of stuff have from social media accounts, stuff like that, posted here. I think it's from Twitter. I don't know, it's from StockTwits. Looks like they don't have that data yet, do they? So they normally will have a data on who's selling it and who's so forth. Like give you an example, like they're just gonna give you an AAPL, Apple. You're going to have a lot more data on here. You're going to have on who's buying it and who's selling it on the executive board and so forth up there. Great little site for information. It kind of gives you like a beginning guide of the trend. You kind of see here, this is kind of the same way that this is coming into like a wedge, potentially to break out. This would be a really high level around the 29, which we discussed on looking at a overall breakout. So this is basically how they have their lines drawn. Boop-a-doop. There. And then I think, I can right click here. Silly killies. And here. So I like to make this edit. I want to make this blue. Boom. Blue as a sky, and I like to make this green as a ground to know it's going down. Yeah. So this is kind of what I'm looking at. This is this completely basic, just the overlook of the technical side of Peloton or the PTON stock. I'm totally could change my mind. Looking at probably getting in a small position tomorrow, and we'll see how that goes from there. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're interested in this, and then also if you're interested in potentially joining a group of some kind that we can do like a chat. I would always love to talk to different investors, get their gauge on the market, and just talk about stocks and trading stuff. It's a lot of fun. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe again. This is Ken from the Dissecting Investor. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace.